Let's talk about the indications of reversal, diba? But before we move on to the indications of reversal, let us first discuss kung ano nga ba yung reversal, diba? And sabi dito, a reversal is when a price changes its direction from uptrend to downtrend or vice versa, diba? So basically, reversal, based on the word itself, nagkakaroon ng reversal sa trend, diba? Or pwede rin sa move lang, diba? Kasi meron tayong dalawang klase ng reversal, diba? Trend reversal and yung move reversal. Sa trend reversal, ang nagre-reverse sa kanya is yung trend mismo, diba? From uptrend to downtrend. While sa move reversal naman, MOVE, ang nagre-reverse lang sa kanya from impulsive move to correction, diba? Or from impulsive movement downside to correction paakyat. So ito yung reversal ng recent move, diba? So yun yung dalawang klase ng reversal natin. And yung i-discuss natin dito sa reversal or indications of reversal is mostly on the trend reversal, which is yung uptrend and downtrending market, diba? Now, it occurs near support or resistance and any other areas of interest. So, meaning, nauuntog siya doon or nababangga, nagbabounce. And it is seen with a strong rejection candlesticks. And it shows a loss of momentum in the current trend. Basically, a reversal is the market saying that this price no longer makes sense. Imagine this scenario, di ba? Ito yung resistance, di ba? Umakyat yung price dyan, uptrending market, and then nagkakaroon na siya ng rejection. Simply because the market participants are saying that masyado nang mataas tong price na to, right? So, ang tendency, nagkakaroon ng sell-off. Kaya siya nagkakaroon ng reversal. Di ba? And sa indications ng reversal, again, this is a trend reversal, meaning from uptrend to downtrend or downtrend to uptrend. We have first the change in structure. Yan yung isang indication ng reversal natin. Or meron din naman tayong change in price behavior. Diba? So basically, we have two indications of reversal. The change in structure and the change in price behavior. Now, sa change in structure, it is a structural shift in how price makes highs and lows. And it occurs when the market fails to continue its previous pattern and indicates a potential change in the overall trend. Now, imagine this structure, diba? We have the uptrending market structure. So, if ganyan yung structure, diba? We have the higher high and higher low. And that's a series of higher highs and higher lows, right? So, ngayon, structural shift siya. So, meaning, nagkaroon ng tinatawag na break of structure. Diba? Break, B-E-R, B-R-E-A-K of structure. Diba? Kumbaga nasira yung structure natin. So, what happened is that there's a break of structure. Diba? So, from higher high to higher low, diba? Nagkaroon siya ng lower low and lower high. So basically, na-break yung structure natin or yung pattern natin na higher highs and higher lows. Kasi ito yung pattern natin eh, di ba? Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then lower low. Kasi na-break yung structure. And nagtuloy-tuloy siya, di ba? So that's the change in structure. Basically, it's a break of structure or a shift in how the price makes highs and lows, di ba? Or lows and highs. Basically, that's it, di ba? So that's our first indication of reversal. Now, what about the change in price behavior? Sabi rito, it is a shift in how price responds to the market. And it occurs when price no longer behaves the same way as it did previously. Basically, it indicates a potential transition in control between buyers and sellers. Now, itong change in price behavior naman is somehow could be tricky, no? Kasi unlike the change in structure or the breakup structure, sa change in price behavior, pwedeng uptrend siya, yes, and wala pa siyang breakup structure, but how the price behave is different. Wait, let's emphasize on the impulse and correction. Diba, in an uptrending market, our impulse is from higher low to higher high, right? And then we have this correction or corrective phase, and then we have another impulse movement upside from higher low to higher high, right? And then a correction, and then impulse. So, kung titingnan nyo, ayan yung gusto natin mangyari sa price, right? Or yung structure ng price, yung behavior ng price. Impulsive movement upside para sa uptrend, and then corrective pullback downside para sa uptrending market, di ba? Corrective meaning mabagal or walang momentum. So, by that sense, kung ang mangyari is impulsive movement upside, and then nagkaroon uli siya ng impulsive movement downside, di ba? So, if i-compare nyo siya rito sa previous pullbacks natin or previous corrections natin, di ba? It no longer makes sense, or the price no longer behaves the same way as it did previously. So, there's a change in how the price behaves, or basically change in price behavior, di ba? Kasi nga, instead of the price printing a corrective pullback, meaning masyadong mahina yung pag-correct niya or yung pagbagsak niya, so it's a corrective phase or correction or a retracement, a pullback. So that's what we are expecting for an uptrend, di ba? But what happened was that nagkaroon siya ng impulsive movement downside. So imagine the effect, or imagine that this impulsive movement downside is the market participants, di ba? So meaning, they are agreeing na itong price na to is mataas na. And what happened was that tuloy-tuloy na or maraming nagbenta at this area. And nagkaroon siya ng domino effect, prompting or leading to an impulsive movement downside, di ba? So that's a change in price behavior. Now let's look at an example, di ba? So ito, makikita nyo rito, di ba? We have the Bitcoin. So titingnan nyo rito, ito, di ba? So ito yung pinaka-structure natin, right? Ito yung pinaka-sinusundan nating structure. Ito yung higher high niya, ito yung higher low, higher high, higher low, and then higher high. But what happened, di ba? Nagkaroon tayo ng impulsive movement downside, right? And then ito yung breakup structure natin, di ba? So dito meron na tayong breakup structure, pero dito pa lang sa area na to, kung mapapansin nyo, yung degree ng pagbagsak niya, di ba? Nagkaroon tayo ng failed breakout dito sa resistance. And what happened is that nagkaroon tayo or nag-continue tayo downside, di ba? Now, you might ask a question or the question that why is this one different from this one, di ba? Now, look at this one, di ba? Kung titingnan nyo, meron siyang buying pressure dyan. Although, binawi rin niya, but pagbagsak niya, di ba? Nagkaroon siya ng deceleration and then pag-akyat niya masyadong malakas, di ba? So, yes, nagkaroon siya ng impulsive movement downside, but what happened here was that nagkaroon din siya ng impulsive movement upside. And if i-compare nyo siya dito, di ba? Impulsive movement downside, corrective pullback, di ba? So, they are different in terms of price behavior, right? This one behaves carefully or without momentum. Mahina yung pag-akyat ng price. So, we can classify this as correction, di ba? Especially, we have this impulsive movement downside. So, andito yung momentum natin sa bearish, di ba? Bearish yung momentum and umakyat yung price but mabagal. Unlike dito, di ba? Umakyat siya pero mabilis or malakas. So, dun pa lang, if i-compare nyo yung dalawa, we can say na this could be an indication of a reversal. Di ba? Kasi nga, after this impulsive movement downside, what happened was that we had a corrective pullback or corrective price behavior. And as you can see, nagkaroon tayo ng continuation downside. Breaking this higher low natin. Diba? So, ayun yung sinasabi natin na break of structure and the change in price behavior. Basically, or normally, mas nauuna yung change in price behavior bago magkaroon ng break of structure. Diba? Gaya nito. Diba? Nagkaroon siya ng change in price behavior. Impulsive movement downside, tapos corrective. So, saan ba natin nakikita yung impulsive movement downside, tapos corrective pullback? Hindi ba sa downtrending market? Diba? So, by that sense, ma-identify nyo agad kahit na wala pang breakup structure. Diba? Na pwede nang or there's an indication of a reversal. So, here we have another example. Diba? Ito, this one is mas malakas, no? Why? Now, imagine what we've learned so far, diba? We have this is a synthesis as well, no? We have this resistance, diba? Ito yung resistance area natin. We have this price deceleration, diba? Yes, umaakyat siya, diba? We have this impulsive movement upside, diba? Tapos bumagsak siya, nag-correct, and then umaakyat siya. But how the price behaves is different, diba? If you look at this one, mabagal yung pag-akyat niya or walang momentum or nahihirapan na siyang umakyat. So by that sense, probably pwedeng pagod na itong price, right? So what happened is that nagkaroon tayo ng sell-off, diba? So dito na pumapasok yung price behavior, right? We have this impulsive movement upside and then price deceleration. So that's one, diba? Meron na tayong first indication on how the price behaves, diba? Price deceleration or nahihirapan na yung price na umakyat. So that's our first indication. Second, we have this impulsive movement downside, diba? That's our second. The first is deceleration, price deceleration. Deceleration. Second, we have the impulsive movement, diba? Downside. Third, we have the breakup structure, diba? if you look at this one, ito yung last swing high niya, ay last swing low, sorry. Yan. Nagkaroon tayo ng mabagal na pag-akyat. A rejection candlestick, and then an impulsive movement downside, breaking this structure or this structural shift, di ba? And then umakyat siya. And what do you think about this price behavior, di ba? Lang, sulat ulit natin yung third BOS or breakup structure. Tingnan nyo, di ba? We have this impulsive movement downside. And then umakyat siya, pero anong mapapansin nyo sa price behavior? Di ba mabagal? Or walang momentum if i-compare nyo siya rito. So by that sense, ano yung momentum or ano yung magiging bias natin dito? Basically, that would be short, right? Kasi you have this impulsive movement downside. You have this price deceleration, di ba? And then you have this breakup structure. So by that sense, we have or we understand how the price behaves, right? Or we have an idea as to where the price might go, di ba? Kasi nga, nagkaroon tayo ng price deceleration, meaning mahina na or mabagal na yung pag-akyat ng price, humina na siya, probably it's exhausted. And second, we have this rejection and yung price deceleration and rejection na yan, saan siya makikita? Sa point of interest or areas of interest natin, di ba? Which is a support or resistance. And then third, we have this impulsive movement downside. Nagkaroon tayo ng breakup structure and then a corrective pullback. Di ba? So what happened was that we had this impulsive movement downside or a continuation, di ba? So ayan yung sinasabi natin na discernment, no? Or distinguishment. Kasi if you learn how to read the price, how the price behaves, di ba? On whether how the price behaves, you would be able to gauge or you would be able to understand kung saan nga ba gustong pumunta ng price, di ba? So that's how or that's an example of an indication of reversal. And somehow it's also a synthesis na rin, di ba? Kasi along the way we have to synthesize it, di ba? Kailangan natin pagsama-samahin yung mga concepts na natutuhan natin. So again, we have this impulsive movement upside, tinamaan yung resistance, bumagsak, correction, but nung umakyat na siya, the price behaves differently, diba? So nagde-decelerate siya. Nagkaroon siya ng rejection, impulsive movement downside, breakup structure, corrective pullback or correction, kasi nga if walang momentum itong pag-akyat niya, right? Unlike dito. So, what happened was that we had another impulsive movement downside. So, yeah, that's it for the indications of reversal. See you guys sa next video.